This is now, the job is complete. So I'll start here. So here is where the transducer is fixed through, and I've cut out so that I can get the bolts in. And then we go up, and then I've used a P-clip at the top to hold the wire, and then it joins onto the rudder lines and then through the bulkhead there. Underneath is the transducer. I hope that that's at the right angle. Yep, that's the transducer. At this point I decided to take my crisscross bungees off here because I wanted to put this in. So I had thought I would use a 5-inch clear hatch, as I had it already, and I would have liked to, except that there was more room than, and I just thought, well, actually it means I can't get very big fish into it. So here we go. So this just is, I've put a pop rivet just there, then I've joined it onto here because otherwise that's going to end up disappearing into the sea. I have stowed the wiring nice and high there, attached to the rudder line, so it's out of the way. This is just a bag from IKEA. Not that I've ever been to IKEA, but that is so I can put my fish. They're not particularly big bags. It's not going to hold very big fish, but at least it gets rid of a whole lot of my catch. If I catch a lot and I'm catching some big stuff, I tend to keep the big stuff underneath my legs. So that's that. So that's pretty easy. It's accessed by sitting side saddle, which is, as narrow as this thing is, it actually is quite easy to do. So we go forward. Here's the Garmin all firing up, and so I tend to go for this, and so I've got it set up this way rather than up and down. I've only just found out how to do that, so I will have to wait and see how successful all of this is. It should work. It was working fine before. But I didn't use CHIRP before, but now I've got the GT20 transducer, it'll work with CHIRP. So that goes there, and then in here we have our battery box, and I did think about trying to stop it skating about too much. The thing is, it won't really matter. It's quite robust. And lastly on here, just like before, so I had to take all of this off actually, and I've reinstated it. So this is duct seal, which is going to keep, so any splashes, or if it gets total immersion, there shouldn't be any problem with water. These are rated at, I think, IPX7, which would suggest it would do perfectly well, but these actually only just click in, so I just felt they needed a bit more security, because I don't particularly want to lose a fish finder. I've killed so many on different kayaks, not Garmin's I have to say, but Rain Marines have killed. That point of no return. Then I'm going to get a jigsaw and I'll go around the edge. Okay, just so you can see, should have put this on before. See, I've cut around here. That's taken in some of the foam that separates storage here to this one, and there was another one across here. So I've had to cut out a bit. I'm going to take the whole thing out. Anyway, there's ductsy all the way around there. So now I shall bed it down into here. Possibly I'll do it that way. It's going to require 3 self-tapping screws into here, and then the rest of it will be some sort of bolt, I think. What is some fishing line. This is I think it's something like 60-pound leader, so it's quite thick. So gone through here. I think that's going to be fine. Doubled, because otherwise I couldn't get it to take the middle line here. I've measured this out so that the idea is these are my lines, my where the screw holes are going to be, and they'll be kind of either side, so I get it as central as I possibly can. So I shall draw through that, and I can drill through, and I can cut the line using. So I've drilled through each one of those. You've now got holes. I've then got to work out where the cable's going to go. Okay, so I worked out what I had to do. See, it's fatter at this end than it is at that end. So I think it's an 8mm bit. I used a couple of those next to each other. Then I reamed it out using this thing, and then I used the 8mm bit this end as well. So, and then just mucked about with it, rasp for a bit to make that bigger, and then I've threaded all the stuff through, and it now fits reasonably well. I think that's probably about it.